then, so today's video is a tournament report, really, more than a battle report, and it is me at my home shop of Black Dragon Miniatures. Today we have a Age of Sigmar tournament. So for those that have had a look on the channel, there isn't much Age of Sigmar content. That's because in the previous iterations I've played Demons of Khorne, I've played Uruks when they couldn't sort of hit their way out of a paper bag. Beasts of Chaos, yeah, kind of never played a game, got the army, read the book, went, wow, they're rubbish, and probably going to get converted onto square bases. That's a side issue. So basically with the new edition landing, the way that they've changed the game up, much more objective based now, sort of a little bit less swingy than it was in the past maybe. I thought, well, you know what, let's give it another go. So last month I had a look at what was about, what did I fancy sort of doing and bringing to the table, and the ones that sort of really have always sort of drawn my attention have been the Kharadon Overlords, or the Space Dwarves for Age of Sigmar. Bit steampunky, flying boats, always cool, silly balloons, and I can't be doing with the silly balloons. So basically the idea was get rid of all the balloons, and then it's like they're little flying ships. So flying ships, like planes, yeah, okay, you can see where I'm going with this. There is a sort of loose thread here. Then it was a case of colour scheme. Oh, don't like painting the same colour over and over again. So, and I'm a big World War I buff. So, with that in mind, my Dwarf Admiral is Manfred von Richthofen, and I'll be running the Kharadon Overlord World War I themed Flying Circus. So as you'll see from my list in a bit, lots of variation on colour, make it stand out, put fear into the enemy as they know who's coming after them. Very flyer heavy list, nowhere near meta. This is just literally for a piece of fun, and it has been a fun sort of exercise, obviously getting them to the table. So the list I'm running today is a frigate, 10 gun haulers, okay, which are the little flying boaties. Then I've got an Aether Chemist and a Endrin Master with dribble suit. It's not really a dribble suit, but that's what I'm going to call it for the whole day. So anyway, we'll basically show you how I get on, show you the armies I'm facing, that kind of thing, but it's not really going to be a battle report as such. But obviously do leave comments, do check out the links below for upcoming tournaments. This tournament as well is sponsored by another YouTube channel, so they're coming along and obviously assisting with the event, providing some product support, etc. And that is Pro 2 Tabletop, so do go check those out as well. Again, I'll put a link below in the description, so do go check them out. They are new YouTube channel, but not new to Age of Sigmar by any stretch of imagination, and he is a seasoned tournament player. And if you want to go check out his battle reports, then obviously please do go and like and subscribe him. But most importantly, like and subscribe me. And then obviously you get to see loads of different content. Okay, so anyway, we'll see you soon, and yeah, I'll show you my army. Okay then, so here we have the Flying Circus, and we have the frigate, which is Manfred von Richthofen there. And then we have his brother Lothar, Werner Voss, and all of the rest. We have the two characters down here. Just waiting to 3D print another head. There are a couple of pilots missing, still working on those, but basically here we have Flying Circus. All 10 gun haulers and the one frigate. So we'll see how we get on today. It should be fun. It's going to be fast and furious. And first game is against Slaves to Darkness and Martin Dinsley, and so that'll be interesting. And I think he's got a few chariots in there, so a couple of demon princes. We'll see how we get on. So game one against the Slaves to Darkness with Martin, and so far Martin is advanced onto the battlefield, uses battle tactic wisely, and 7 CPs. Just one priority into turn 2.
And now he's confused.
My boats basically advanced forward. Slaves of Darkness created 2 screens of blackness that I couldn't see through, but I have managed to take both chariots off the table, which had advanced to the central area. So I only scored the 3 objectives, so 3 victory points in that round, and that's where we are at. Okay, so round 1, end of turn 2, and the Slaves of Darkness on 12, was it? And Kharadon Overlords on 8 VPs. I lost. So I've lost 1 boat so far. Got a couple crippled. Did manage to take off his Sorcerer and Manticore this turn. But yeah, some dreadful shooting. Right, so roll off for turn 3. So final table on this one, and defeat for the Flying Circus, 39-17. So yeah, all went a bit wrong in the last couple of turns there, but we look forward to game 2. Okay, so game 2 in the Age of Sigmar tournament is Andrew Payne and his Zinch army. So it's Lord of Change, load of pink horrors, some flamers, exalted, and some sorcery chappy. And this is the table we're playing on. We're playing Feral Foray. So we've got 6 objectives, and start burning them as of turn 2. And this is the start of the turn. And we'll be back shortly with some action. Okay, so into turn 2, Kharadon back half of. Basically, turn 1 took Kairos off the table, loaded the pink horrors, which resulted in generating 40 blues, killed the Magistar, wiped out most of the flamers. So this is my second turn, or the second half of the second turn, so my shooting phase coming up. Okay, my half of turn 3. All going according to plan for the Kharadon, and that's the state of play. So basically just blue and brimstones left on the table for Zinch. So the Flying Circus actually worked brilliantly against the force of Zinch. So a 31-8 victory, and tabling at turn 3, end of. So thanks to my opponent Andy, and obviously game 3 coming up. So game 3, I'll be facing off against Teclis and the formerly High Elves, now Lumineth. So we'll see how we get on.
2, isn't it? So we go. I get 2 command points.
Turn 2 in the game against the Lumineth, and the Kharadon Overlords removed a unit of spearmen and a unit of the archers and wounded his allied shark. However, Teclis did his thing and created a portal, which then searing light, and I suffered loads of wounds due to my naivety, and as such got a lot of wounded boats, but still got them all in the game. Turn 2 objective did arrive in the centre, as this is the Veins of Gur. And unfortunately for myself, even though my opponent rolled a 2, I managed to roll a 1 for initiative. So the Lumineth have initiative in turn 2. Right, so at the end of game 3, it was conceded by my opponent in turn 3, end of his turn 3. So 51-4 was the VPs. Working out what effectively I could have scored going through the entire phase. So yeah, how did the force work? Well, game 1 against the Slaves to Darkness, he expanded his line, moved forward with a lot of stuff, and had some flyers. Gave me no options to land anywhere. So without that, it pretty much hampered my movement and my battle strategy. And obviously once he got into combat, it basically was a game that my boats couldn't survive. So game 1 went as expected really, and obviously defeat. Game 2 against the Zinch, moved forward, left me a big gap at the back, and did what the list is designed to do, which is basically take territory, and shoot stuff off the board, which he did. So success. Game 3, the high elf, Lumineth player effectively gave me first turn, which was a bit strange considering he castled to one on his left flank, which allowed me to land on his right flank. Doing so meant that he lost a unit of archers, unit of spearmen, and he had a Idenef Shark Rider who basically took half damage as well. So turn 1, big advantages there. Obviously then he dished out a load of mortal wounds, which was quite worried, but then the objective came in, and I think this is probably his mistake, was that he then teleported Teclis onto the objective to try and get 2 VPs, when probably if he'd stayed still and dished out more mortal wounds through the shining light, would have actually potentially taken a couple of boats off. But instead, again, by not moving anything up to support Teclis, it allowed me to effectively surround him, and it was like a firing squad, and Teclis is dead again. So that worked well. So yeah, overall, from a tournament point of view, I think we had 22 players. Waiting on final scores to come in, so I'll do a final brief in a mo. But yeah, overall, going to be top half, probably top third. Avoided all the big hitters like the Archaeons and such like. So there's a couple of those kicking around in Slaves Darkness lists, so I managed to avoid those. And overall, probably say it was a success. Would I run the list again? Yeah, I mean, again, I think against probably better opponents or more knowledgeable opponents, it would suffer. But overall, I'm happy with it, and Manfred and his boys get to fly back with a few trophies, which is what it's all about. So anyway, I'll let you know final positions in a bit, but 2 wins and a defeat for the day should leave me in the top third. Okay.
Okay guys, thank you very much everyone for coming, and thanks for coming out in what was the blizzard till 9 AM. So we did start a little bit late, but thanks everybody for getting on with games and playing, and we caught that time back and we're finishing on time, which is really awesome. So we'll start with best painted. That was really close, but today the winner was Baz Norman Jr. Take a big deal, you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
brilliant.
Cheers guys, thank you.
And then we move on to the wooden spoon. So unfortunately Andrew Payne has had to nip off, but a fresh new player to Age of Sigmar only a month or 2 ago, so it was really great to see him coming to a tournament, and he said that he had 3 really good games, so that's great, and he'll get a free ticket to the next event that's on the 5th of February next year. So yeah, thank you Andrew. And then we'll quickly scoot up the leaderboard. In 13th place, Reece Salabanks. In 12th, Craig Moore. In 11th, Paul Haley. In 10th, Martin Dinsley. In 9th, Lee Taylor. In 8th, Ash Coleman. In 7th, Ian Ralph. In 6th, Christian Moore. In 5th, Kerry Robson. In 4th, Gary Sharp. And in 3rd, with the highest 2-1 on attrition, Alan Witherden. So there is two people with 3-0 for the day, and in 2nd place today is Baz. So, make sure I don't give you the first place trophy, that'd be awkward, wouldn't it? There we go.
That's it.
Okay, well, again.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys, thank you.
Which means our winner today is Tom Fretwell with. Okay. Well done. Right, as I mentioned, the next one down here is on Saturday the 5th of February, so it will be really great to see everybody again. And yeah, Pro Potato Top's doing a local league, which most of you I think have joined anyway, and that's involving the club nights here at Black Dragon and the club nights at the Nuneaton Wargaming Club. So if anybody wants to join that, it starts next week. The idea is just to get lots and lots of games playing and to kind of like build the local communities and get more people playing together. So drop me or Dave a message to join that, and that kicks off next week. So thanks again everybody for coming, and yeah, great tournament. Yeah, thanks all.
Thank you guys.
There you go.
Cheers, Dave.
No guys, sign up.